I know you know. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Um, we got some very interesting things to talk about, especially when it comes to Charlie Kirk. I know I haven't been on for a while, but it is what it is, man. But you got Abba debating Stevie Knight about Charlie Kirk, and to me, I don't know. I don't know, man. It just feels like people just trying to justify the unaliving of Charlie Kirk, and I'm tired of it, bro. I'm literally tired of it. I didn't want to say nothing because, to be honest, there's nothing really to talk about as far as justification of why Charlie Kirk was took it in front of his family. But I got so tired of it, I felt like I had to say something. All right, and I feel like when I watch people react to it, they not responding the way I want them to respond. Like it's not. I'm not saying they're not aggressive enough, but it's like whatever, you know what I'm saying. But to me, when Charlie Kirk was taken away from his family, to me it hurt me. It felt like a brother. I lost a brother. And most black people feel like it's not a black person thing. Like black people should not worry about that. It's not a it has nothing to do with us. But to me, that's a weak ass political point that doesn't solve anything. Like to me, it is something we should worry about because it's America, right? If you don't agree with certain lifestyles as far as what he agreed to and what he lived like as far as his, who he slept in a bed with at night, and two men can't have a baby or men shouldn't be in women's restrooms, then what does that call for? Violence towards you? So just from me living in a black community, we don't agree with shit like that. So is that targeting us? Most people say, well, it's white on white crime. Is this a weak ass political standpoint that I strike down, okay? Because it does affect us, even though I'm of darkest complex, right? Darker, darker skin complex. I still, it still affects me. It still matters to me because you took a father away from his children just because of what he believed or what he said, right? And some people will call it hate speech. I call it speech, bro. Some people deserve to say what they want to say without consequences, as far as getting their life taken away. And I think that, like most people would say, right? Charlie Kirk was a moderate. He wasn't a person that preached hate. Yeah, he might have said some things that you don't like, but that doesn't call for violence, bro. And he was the only person that was willing to talk to people, man. And I feel like the guy who took his life was a coward. He thought that he was having a regular debate. You took his life, bro. And people who are jumping behind are cowards as well, because that's the most cowardice way to take somebody's life, them not knowing what you own. Like, I'm here to have a conversation and you bring out the knives, bro. Like what's that about? But we still supposed to have a conversation with these lefty lunatics, and I want you to understand where Abba is getting and why they think the way they think, right? Because then they'll tell you shut out their mouth. Yeah, I mean, I don't agree that you should take somebody's life for what they say or what they believe, but right, it's a but. So you're not justifying, or are you justifying? What are you doing? Because at this point, it's getting out of hand, and somebody gotta say something, bro. Somebody gotta say something. And I feel like people are not saying what they need to say, and I feel like I need to step up and say something. I might not be a big YouTuber, anything like that, but eventually I'm gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? But I want y'all to check this shit out, man. See what you get out of it.
I don't want to roll out like 10 things and have you maybe
Yeah,
should
yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
maybe
It's
we should
always
go
better to go point by
yeah
point. I think
maybe we
so.
should go one for one. So
Yeah.
it felt like from my end it felt like it was a right versus left type of thing, and you know what I mean, from how you were describing it, right's doing this, the left's doing this, and you're saying it's hypocritical of the right to be complaining about the same things that the left is doing, or what the right is implying that we're doing. And to me, it shouldn't be about that. It should be about we isolate, the evil, the degenerate shit that's going on. And when we try to minimize or just bring up the comparison between Charlie Kirk and everything else, it minimizes the tragedy that everyone just witnessed and like the impact it had on everyone, man. So I feel like it's deflecting from it, and it's like Charlie Kirk, his tragedy was important, but other things has happened, and the right was doing the same thing. So it's kind of like No, it is to me. It's minimizing, what happened.
Got you. So I think there's 2 points in there. One being the hyper focusing on right versus left. So you feel like we did that too much. And the second part is minimizing Charlie death's murder. Is
Yeah.
that fair? Okay. So just to go to the first point, I did have that in my notes. I think in your video at around 2 minute mark, you said that I was minimizing Charlie Kirk's murder by comparing it to other political violences or like contextualizing it in the way that I was doing.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm minimizing it. I disagree with that characterization for a few reasons. I think it's natural when someone dies.
As he says, he didn't minimize it. He's minimizing it. It's natural when somebody dies. No, the way he died is that's the problem. The way he died, why he died, what's the reason? Why did they take his life? That's the problem we have, and it's not like the dude died in his sleep game. Like I don't like Abba, bro. I'm gonna just keep it a being with y'all. I do not like Abba, bro. Like I don't like Abba and Priest because they viewpoints is hella off, bro. It's good that maybe they in Canada. It's good that they can stay in Canada. Don't come this route, man, because they too weak for me, bro. I can't. Them people I can't rock with, man. I like some of their takes. I can't say I hate them, but it's like they play mental games with people. But this ain't the time to be playing mental games and dodging, and I don't like it, bro. But I mean, let's hear this dude out. Let's see what you get from that. Because I watched it earlier today, which made me want to comment on it and say my piece, because I felt like although Steve Knight is cool, bro, I feel like this is the dividing point, and this is why we can't speak to these individuals, because right when they say they're not minimizing it, they minimize it. Okay, everybody die every day. Nobody talking about that. What we're talking about is the way he died and the impact it had, and also not only the impact, is just the way that people reacted to especially on the left hand side, how they reacted to him being taken away from his family. Right? It's a game, and I'm tired of playing a game. Okay, we're adults here. Stop being disingenuous. You know what we saying when we say that. Get back into it.
That we try to understand why. That's why people love murder mystery. That's why people, every time someone dies, they want to know who the perpetrator is. They want to know who their motivations are, because murder is generally something that we see as incredibly heinous. And so understanding what led to that is always important. When I'm not comparing, this is not the right word. What I'm doing is that I'm explaining away how our society led to this moment and this man, because he wasn't murdered in a vacuum. This wasn't a crime of passion. This was an individual who was incredibly troubled, and he decided to go out and murder somebody for their political opinions, their affiliation, maybe because they had mentally ill issues. Who knows? But there's a landscape, and there's a lot of things that lead up to this murder. It's always important to examine these things, because if we don't understand how we got here, then we're going to be doomed to repeat it. It's never, in my opinion, a bad thing to contextualize any world event, provided you contextualize it fully, right? Or at least you try to, because without context, then all that happened was that someone was shot. Context is everything.
Well, to that point, that makes total sense what you're saying, but to me, it didn't come across that way when you voiced that in the video. It seemed like you were.
No, I don't understand what he's saying. People, niggas die every day. B is not a good excuse of why he was taken away for his opinions, bro. No tolerance at all. I don't care, but this is not a murder mystery. No, we not talking that. It's just no reason why he should have got his life taken away when he wasn't speaking violence, right? It's like a dude coming to a gunfight with his hands up. Like, bro, like why like he don't even know that y'all gunning for him. Like, well, like, we're talking about two different things here, bro. He didn't die in a war. Okay, in his mindset, it wasn't that. That's the problem we having. But y'all saying it was always up, basically. It was always up. We never liked him. What he said bothered us. Okay. When I say to black folks, it bothers them. When I say to the truth bother people that like lies. So what's the excuse for this, man? There's no excuse. Just say the dude was wrong, leave it there. The fact that they keep like trying to bring up stuff and try to justify what he did, or try to even explain it in a way. There's no way you can explain crazy to me. Right? There's no way you could explain crazy, because we can get crazy, but then at the end of the day, here go the finger pointing, because we just defending ourselves. Okay, we can't allow this foolishness to keep going on and making excuses. Because if I got taken away from my family, I would not like the way people are trying to justify it, flip it, dip it. I'll just pray that I just pray that I don't get the same reaction from individuals on the other side that don't believe in what I believe in if I got slain by a person that hates me for some odd reason. And I don't even think about them every day. Okay. From something I didn't say it, because things that they say offend me, but I don't never take it that route. So what makes it okay for you to do it? And if it's okay for you to do it, it's okay for me to defend myself and stay on guard and never talk to y'all because I don't know what you want. I got to protect myself and my sovereignty. Correct. All right, let's get back into it.
Trying to, highlight the divide between the right and the left, or whoever the instigators of it are. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't seem like you were trying to get to a root of the problem or how we trying to fix it. It's like, like I said before, I mean, what you're saying now, if you had voiced it that way in the video, I wouldn't have had the
locked up at High Desert, Gilbert Street, or somewhere else in the San Bernardino system. A global settlement may be coming in 2025.
Mindset that I have in regards to what you said, but in the video, it didn't come across to me like that at all. It felt like,
Well, right now the pervasive narrative, and this is where it comes to the left versus right thing, the pervasive narrative that's online and that's being espoused by some of the most important people in our political, stratosphere, is that violence of a political nature is solely left wing. Okay. And I remember at about 3 minutes, 29 seconds, when Matt Walsh is talking in your video, you said that I was interpreting what he's saying. When he's talking about good versus evil, it's time for the righteous to prevail over the forces of evil. You were saying that I was making a left versus right thing, right?
Bro, I would say that it is the left wing that's keep pressing buttons, dog. Like messing with the kids, putting stuff in school, like things that forcing us to agree with your lifestyle. That is, to me, you poking the bear. Okay, y'all left. I would consider a left wing lunatic myself, because y'all keep forcing individuals to believe in y'all lifestyle. We might say you crazy because we believe in Jesus Christ, and we might say, yeah, that dude might need some help. Keep it away from kids. Do your thing. We're not worried about you. But the more we give y'all, as far as leaving y'all alone, because I understand that back then it was probably totally different from how it is now. Y'all, the more y'all try to take, right? The more we accept stuff, the more you take, the more you take, the more you take. We're not the ones embarking our lifestyle, are enforcing our lifestyle on y'all, bro. That's the problem. Okay, we don't care about what y'all got going on. It seems like it offends y'all more that we don't give a fuck about what y'all got going on. We don't care. As long as it don't affect us, don't bother us, don't bother our kids. It seems like y'all getting more, when y'all have power, y'all get more into where our children is at. Basically, the impressionable minds. Y'all want to be more involved in that, other than focusing on y'all lives. If you want to be LGBTQ, we don't give a crap. Be LGBTQ. Just don't fuck with our kids. That's been our argument the whole time. We don't bother anybody. That's what we saying to y'all. We don't care. We want to live our natural born life. You know what I'm saying? Take care of our children, and then we open to debate, right? With y'all, it's like, believe what I say, because believe me, bro. And if you don't believe me, you're a terrorist. You're XYZ. You're this. You're that. My thing is, at the end of the day, we're not the violent ones, because if we wanted to get violent, there's a lot of gun-toting, loving motherfuckers around that are conservative, but we choose not to use it. Just like how Charlie Kirk was slain in front of his family. A lot of people didn't go out there killing like I thought they would. Like people were getting tired of it. Like, it's only a breaking point, but we got more to lose, and we understand that we have morals to upkeep. But y'all don't care about morals. But y'all always trying to take the moral high ground, bro. Like, this is what pisses me off about them. Like, y'all would do some shit to us, poke the bear, and then use the Bible. Like you read the Bible every day. You don't read the Bible, so why are you using the Bible on me? Well, you believe in Jesus Christ, right? So turn the other cheek. Why would I turn the other cheek? Why? Because God said, I'm going to sock you in your fucking mouth, and then we could talk, because now you're playing. Now you're trying to play games with me. You're not doing that, bro. You don't get to be immoral and create moral high grounds. That's not how that works. But it shows that y'all disingenuous and y'all choosing war, but we choosing peace. We're the ones backing up. But as soon as we back up, it's like, well, he did say a lot of stuff. Like, what? It wasn't a war. It's not a war. So where I'm from, which is LA, you don't get points for killing a person that's unarmed or don't even know what's going on. Like an innocent bystander. If you want to get somebody that's crazy and a lunatic and you wanted to take out a fascist or whatever you thought you was doing, Why do you take out a person that really hates you, that really have hate for you, that really don't want to have a conversation with you? Whenever you see him is up, you chose a person that's unaware of what's going on, so you don't get brownie points for that. It was an innocent person that was taken away from his family, and this is why I'm pissed off. We can keep it cordial, but at the end of the day, it's pissing me off because you stole somebody from their family just because of what you chose to do, and people are backing it up like it's okay. But it's not okay to hurt the innocent, bro. He's innocent because it ain't no war. We're not at war, bro. But maybe every day I'm learning every day that it might be war that we unaware about.
But
hold on, let me make a correction, because you go further on in the video. I recognize that point. I said, hold up, if Matt Walsh is highlighting the left like this, that's unfair to do so. Then I went on to saying this makes the left look bad, it makes the transgenders look bad, it makes everybody affiliated to this look bad. It's like guilty by association. That's not the right thing to do. It should be a good personal thing, right? But then I went on, because you had a couple other videos of people uttering or echoing the same sentiments as far as, righteous and good and evil. But I did highlight Matt Walsh in that video specifically saying, all right, I see that he is describing the left in this manner, and that should be the move.
Right. But again, at about like 6 to 7 minutes in the video, you kind of do it again where you say that if they won't let us live in peace, then our choice is to fight or die. Alex Jones said the right-wingers are in a war.
Because it feels like we're in a war. If we are getting shot at and we're the ones saying, let's have a conversation, and bullets are coming from places we don't know about, we're obviously at war. You can't tell us to keep having conversation with people. That's like sitting ducks. At some point, you're going to have to call it what it is, bro. We're not the party of people just lying to one another because it sounds good. It is what it is. If it's up, let it be up. Don't play with me, though. Don't sit here trying to hand and be cool with you, but you trying to take my life. Let's get on the same page. If you don't want to get on the same page, stop playing. But you're not going to draw a gun and pull it back and say, I was just playing with you. What? My life is on the line, bro. I can't play with you. So we got to call it what it is. And Elon Musk is totally correct when he comes. What's going on? The only ones fighting for our life, like what is to take your life? If we did, we would have had a war already. Why is it only on the left-hand side? Why should I feel scared to have a conversation with y'all? Just like Destiny said, he wants us to be scared. You should be scared. Yeah, right. He justified it. So why should I be scared to talk to you when all I want to do is talk to you? If that's the case, then we at war, right? Don't pussy out. Don't try to play the moral high ground. It's like you punching me in my face as soon as I punch you back. Hey, come on, man. Turn the other cheek. Why are you not turning the other cheek? Come on, man. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, man?
He said that the left has been put a bullseye on Trump, and he put a bullseye on his supporters. President Trump himself, during an interview, let's see here, let me pull up the clip, because I think this is important to really get the exact words. Have radicals on the right as well. And he says, I'll tell you how, I can see the clip you wanted. I'm going to just read it verbatim.
I believe you, though, bro. It's fucked up.
I'll tell you something to get me in trouble, but I couldn't care less. The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see more crime. The radicals on the left are the problem. So when I'm talking about right versus left, I'm not talking about someone in a vacuum or someone at home. I'm talking about the most important people. As I only left. And what you did in the video, and I did appreciate, is that when we said, if you look at the numbers, people got mad because I quoted the ADL, but there's all sorts of things from religious extremists and then right wingers. Left wingers.
So what you're telling me is to don't believe in my own lying eyes, right? So believe in what you say, right? Just trust me, bro, right? It says on this paper that's probably a left is telling me that no, the right is causing crime. The right is causing politically motivated crime. But I see with my own eyes what's going on. So who should I believe? Right? Y'all believe that there is no gender, there's no such thing as gender, right? You believe that a man could play in women's sports, that's fair, right? Y'all believe that, but also believe in my statistics that show that there's no such thing as anything, right? I can't, bro. I can't. I'm not going to allow. Shout out Lauren, man. What did you say? After today, Massey will have the signatures for a vote to the Epstein files. Republican lawmakers will have to Trump in voting no, or always being viewed as a PDF protector. Okay, I get you. Hey, I get you, man. I'm for releasing the files, bro. I'm not against releasing the files, but that's just a different topic of the day. I'm talking about this situation with Charlie Kirk that just happened. Okay, and I'm not happy with people just allowing this to go over people's heads, right? It's as bad as we trying to make it. And it seemed like everybody's just like, oh, let's move on. To me, when he got taken away, it hurt me just like it hurt everybody else, because it's not fair. Okay, it's not fair. And I feel like we should literally hold people accountable that's just trying to make an excuse for this guy who literally took this man's life from his family. And with that, this is a conversation that Stephen Knight is having with Abba, and it seems like Abba is doing what everybody else is doing on the left-hand side, trying to create a mystery. Instead of saying that this dude is wrong and it shouldn't be no political violence towards people that don't believe in what you believe in, they're trying to make it in some way or shape, form, or fashion that, well, I can understand why the dude did it because the right needs to tone it down, just like Destiny said. No, it's not about toning it down. We're having a conversation. This dude, if anything, that's the wrong person to hit, then say something like that. It's like hitting an innocent person. Well, the person should never been outside because we had a war with XYZ, bro. Come on, bro. You can't do that. You can't.
I'm not trying to frame this as left versus right. That's the play that's already been set. Since Charlie Kirk died, the right has not stopped politicizing his death. They haven't stopped using it for their attacks on the left. And so in that climate, you're asking people to not talk about left versus right.
They create a new definition for attack now. A new definition.
If the left does it, then just write narrative that they're the violent ones. And it's
not a fire. So what you're saying everybody else is doing, like you're highlighting with all that shit is fucking wrong. And I said that in the video. I said that in the video, right? I said that it's not a left versus right thing. It makes everybody look bad. We need to focus on the motherfuckers actually making things horrible for.
No, it is a left thing, because at the end of the day, if I'm trying to have a conversation with these people and they pulling out guns and I'm not aware that I thought we was here for a conversation, I didn't know we was at war. Yeah, we need to I need to cover. I need to do something. I need to protect myself. If I'm trusting the government, I have to trust them to do their fucking job. Okay. If you're telling me, hey, it's two people. I know Charlie Kirk, just got his life got taken in front of everybody's eyes, his family's eyes. Maybe both of us should tone it down. No, you talk to the motherfuckers that don't want to talk, because we're trying to talk to you. Obviously, we know that we don't agree with one another. Okay, that's not a freaking. It's not magic, bro. We know that you don't agree. We don't agree with one another. Well, what we trying to do is find a common ground. That's what he did. You took the guy out that wanted to talk to y'all, right? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? My thing is, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, I could see if the dude was egging on violence. Like, bro, he's not that guy. So it should not be no conversation out there that was wrong. That was wrong. But I can see. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't. If that's the case, I'll just pray that they don't have to go through the same thing that he had to go through, and his family have to see what you guys are saying, because I'm sure that they watch this, and the kid's gonna be old enough to see, because this is the crazy point in American history. They're gonna look back and see how people felt and how people looked at their father. Okay, it's not okay. It's not okay, no matter what. It's not okay. And if it happens on the left hand side, I'll say the same thing, bro. Just because you want to talk, that don't justify anything. Just because I don't like what you're saying. If you didn't like what he was saying, stop being a pussy and go talk to him. Because he's open. He's open to talk to you. Yeah, he might shut you down. You might look stupid in front of everybody, but that's the cost of having a bad debate. Now, if you don't know how to debate, shut the fuck up. And if you want to talk, make sure you make sense. And if you don't make sense, they're gonna look at you like you're stupid, bro. You don't unalive people just because you feel stupid. Okay, and it seems like that's what the left is doing. They shit is no longer working. People are waking up. You know, the Gen X is Gen Z, whatever the fuck. Gen Z is fucking waking up. They're no longer voting that way. So guess what? Now violence. Okay, so if you want to choose violence and you're the minority, make it that way. But y'all want to play mind games and say, yeah, on this side, Antifa, trans, whatever, they violent. But see, we're nice, but I can't trust you anymore. Because I thought this was I thought we put the, you know, we put the guns down when we came to meet and talk to each other. But somebody was on the side and shot me like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So how am I supposed to think? My life, this is not a game. This is a real life now. Real life thing happens. This affected somebody's family. So now what? Should I bring the guns or what should we do? Are we talking now? Or like, well, what's going on? Well, we both need to tone it down. No, hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable, because if you don't, somebody else will. Somebody else will, man.
Everybody, the extremists, the radicals, all that. You know what I mean? That's what my focus was. I feel like that's what the focus should be for everybody.
Yeah, and I did have that noted in some of the things that I like that you did. I did appreciate that you actually said that, because a lot of people are not saying that, or they're just avoiding the topic entirely. But you have to understand, when I'm watching this video, when I'm watching the discourse, I'm looking at things in its totality.
What video are you talking about? When you say you're watching the video, what video?
I think I was looking at a lot of the political coverage in regards to this. I've been looking at the people who are responding, everyone who's been talking about this, and how the public is talking. If you spend time online, they're not talking about this as like both sides. That's not a lot of the discourse. A lot of discourse, especially from the right, is that they're just saying essentially the left is the violent party. Go check out those comment sections. Go check out a lot of the discourse.
But that's going to happen every time that happens. Every time someone from the left does something crazy, they're going to highlight the left. When the right does something, they're going to highlight the fucking right. It just
What I hate is that other people from different countries, ain't this dude from Canada? Why is he talking about our politics like he's out in the streets every day and see what conservatives go through? Okay, and this country is very divided, bro. Like you couldn't even vote for Trump for a minute. You couldn't even tell your family that you voted for Trump. Who was turning their back on who? Like, okay, if your family was Democrat, who gave a shit? Most conservatives did not give a shit who you voted for. It was not a thing to where if you said we're gonna punch you in your mouth, who cares? But even on the voting, like even when it comes to voting, you couldn't even tell somebody who you voted for because they'll turn their back on you or turn you in or look at you a certain way. So who was doing that? It wasn't conservatives. It wasn't conservatives turning their back on their children. Their children were turning their back on their father or their mother, whoever voted for Trump. It was looked at as bad. Then now they're starting to go violent. So of course you're gonna point the finger at the left because the behavior is odd at best. If you're not saying that they violent, good. Their behavior is odd. Why are you getting mad at somebody over politics? Why am I not talking to my grandmother or my grandmother and talking to her grandchildren over some fucking politics? That shows you that something's happening. Something is growing, especially when it comes to young people. And you keep telling these people that we're fascist, racist, this and that. You're the black face of white supremacy. Imagine what you do. Imagine what you do in a young mind. And they doing this shit on purpose. And I'm telling you, they doing this shit on purpose. And they keep backing out. When shit get bad, they back out. Shit get bad, they back out. But to me, it's like, bro, this is real life. This is real life. This is not a game. Why should I play this mind game with you, saying that yeah, it's politically both sides, and I don't even want to offer you that. I don't want to give you that because at the end of the day, it's not both sides. We don't care about y'all that much to hurt y'all. We just look at you like you crazy. Like, dude, you're wearing a wig. You're not a girl. Okay. At this point, we laugh maybe, but we don't want to take you out. We just say you need to go to an insane asylum. What bad is that? How is that hate? We just telling you the truth. Truth is not hate. And that's what Charlie Kirk did. So of course it's fucking irritating to hear somebody try to justify this shit. You can't. Just say you can't. I don't want to hear both sides. I'm saying that these people are creating more and more problems, but then backing out whenever they feel. And they've been doing this for a very fucking long time. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Okay. And you see what's happening. You can't play mind games with me. I used to be a dumbass Democrat. You feel what I'm saying? And they destroyed my community. Now they back out and say, well, you know, it's the white man. No, it was you who we put in power because we thought it was the white man, but it's you. Okay. It's foolish, man. And I'm tired of it.
That comes with the territory.
Right. But it should be noted that we should correct those narratives and say that these are not one-sided things. If you watched our video, we didn't say violence is only right wing. We said there's plenty of people who murder people on the left, from the left. And we said that. But the dominant narrative right now is that left-wingers are the violent ones. And they're obviously, especially with the most recent murder, it makes sense that it's going to be the dominant narrative. But it's important to not let those lies be able to be spread. And
let me know what you guys think, man. Do you guys think that the left is violent, the violent ones, or the right is the violent ones? Let me know what you guys think, man. Because to me, the left is violent. I'm not. change my mind or something, because that's what I see with my own eyes in America. This is where I'm from, California, where they just had the riots and all this other shit for illegal immigrants. I see who the violent ones are. Okay, they keep bringing up January 6th, and nobody got hurt, but that one veteran lady who got unalived by the police, by whoever it was, Secret Service, the police. What did they do? What? And then the police officers openly died, within a week. Where's the right being violent at? That's what I want to know. If I'm gonna believe you, tell me how. Okay, tell me how.
Actually, guys, you're wrong. In fact, this year there's been other people who've been killed. You said we were minimizing his death by bringing up these other murders, but those deaths are part of this discussion. The same thing that led to those people being killed is the exact same thing that led to Charlie Kirk being killed. And it's important to know that, because if we don't understand that, then all this is just going to happen again. You said it was different in your video because Charlie Kirk died on camera and nobody was supposed to see that. Remember you saying that?
Yeah.
Right. To me, I understand that the fact that he died on camera makes it much more graphic, much more in your face. But at the end of the day, murder is murder. Dying is dying.
But it's the effect that it has on society. It's not.
And I'm sorry for keep pausing this, but I want you to understand that he keeps saying that he's not minimizing it. But murder's murder, though. Murder's murder. If a person, he wasn't a political figure as far as he was not in politics, but he had a political impact by what he was doing. Great, right? He was talking to people. Great. He was exposing people's arguments and probably sharpening tools, I would say. Okay, sharpening people's argument, because you're gonna come at society and tell us believe in you. You got to have a good argument. You can't just say believe me, bro. That doesn't work. So basically, he came in there. What did he say? Okay, so he came in there basically debating somebody, right? Debating, what he does every day, right? This is everyday Charlie Kirk. Gets a bullet in his neck, right? That's not just murder. Murder is not just murder. Okay, it's not just murder. What is that? That's called making a message. Hey, if y'all keep playing with us, that's how I look at it, because to me, like, okay, what did you do that for? If he wasn't being violent towards you, but just debating you, and you took his life, and you know that multiple people follow him as far as the youth, what are you trying to say to us, right? The people that's watching this, that support this guy, that was watching live and tune in and want to hear his voice, right? That people that came and support him. What are you telling us, right? You telling us, okay, it's up. It's up. I'm tired of hearing what you have to say. Don't agree with you, and I'm going to take it further than with y'all, further than the debate. It wasn't just it's just murder. It's just murder is murder. He didn't. Shut up, dude. Shut up.
It's not the same. In a vacuum, it's the same. But if people were able to see that video until the end of time now, right? They're able to see that man go out the way that he did, and knowing up until this, I can't compare someone else that had the amount of influence Kirk had. You know what I mean? And to have, if he hadn't been murdered in front of everyone at once, your analogy, your comparison will be fair, man. But you can't minimize that.
If Kirk was not killed on camera, if Kirk's not killed on camera, is this situation more or less tragic?
It's less tragic.
So dying on camera makes a murder worse?
No, not the murder.
Yes, dying on camera makes the murder worse. The reason is because it's like same thing, right? A person gets lethal injection, nobody sees it. Now a person get a guillotine in front of the whole community. Now niggas, okay, what am I trying to send a message to? If y'all act up, this was gonna happen to y'all. Of course, there's a big difference. If I kill somebody on camera, I'm letting you know, just like the cartels do. They can do it in the background, but it's just word of mouth now. It's word of mouth, but I'm gonna show you how we get down. I'm showing you what we about now. Be fearful. So obviously, it's a big difference. What are they trying to prove when they do stuff like that? It's a message. It's not just he did it. He murdered him in sleep, and it's something you hear about. Like I said, minimizing what happened. Oh, okay. Well, murder's murder. This is bro. Stop, bro. This is why I can't believe these niggas, man. Y'all look up to them. I can't believe these dudes, man. I can't.
Murder worse, but the effect it has on the people is worse because everybody can see it.
Sure,
it's different than watching a news report and you hear about somebody that got something had something happen to him that was grotesque, as opposed to actually seeing, because this people are going through trauma with this right now. You know what I mean, they're gonna have this burnt. Little kids saw this. It's nowhere near the same as anybody else.
That's the effect that it has on you as an individual. But yeah, the tragedy is the same. The tragedy.
I disagree with you on that.
Okay, well, yeah, we're definitely gonna disagree. Yeah. If my father dies on camera or doesn't die on camera, at the end of the day, he died. Somebody took my person away.
So you don't think the fact that everybody can see your father die and have that accessible 24/7 on social media is not going to make the situation any different than having him die?
No, it makes it different. But from a moral standpoint, it's the exact same. There's no difference in morality.
Well, morality.
That's not his argument. His argument that it makes a difference that it was on TV. So somebody's putting out a message to conservative individuals who's willing to cross the other aisle and have a conversation with you, but yet you take a nigga life in front of everybody. What are you trying to say? At this point, it's a message. It's not just it's just nothing to it. It's just he just murdered him. You must be out your fuck. They don't never want to be wrong. They never want to be wrong. They will fight tooth and nail for something he said he don't even believe. Right? He said that, oh yeah, I'm not minimalizing it. I'm not that. That's wrong. Wrong is wrong. But yet, let me tell you why. Let me tell you how different murder is. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? I don't give a fuck how different murder is. At the end of the day, it was fucking wrong, right? If it's wrong, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? We still debating it. Like, I didn't hear nothing from y'all side, bro. Nothing, because it was wrong. If it's wrong, what are we arguing about? It's like your girl doing something wrong, or your son or your daughter doing something wrong. You don't want to hear that shit. Why you do it? I don't give a fuck. You get your ass whooped. Thank you. Don't do it again. Oh well, Dad, I don't want to hear why you did it. It's wrong, right? You know it's wrong, right? Okay, what are we talking about? Come on, man. It's games.
A different conversation. I'm just talking about tragedy. Morality is the same. I'm talking about the effects it's having on society.
Yeah, but if I'm talking about other murders, if I'm talking about other murders, I'm talking about the moral aspect of it. You didn't
convey that in the video, though.
I don't care. I don't care whether it happens in front of 100 people, 10 people, a school. It doesn't really matter to me. Murder is murder.
But you didn't convey that.
All political violence to me that happens for political reasons are equally bad. Whether they have, that's how I feel about it. You might disagree with that,
and I'd imagine a lot are going to disagree with that perspective as well, man. The fact that you can see it, you can hear about somebody that died by the guillotine, but then actually seeing it is going to be totally different. And with kids, college campus, in front of his babies, in front of his wife, the whole world see that, bro, is entirely different.
It's different in the impact that it has on the viewer.
Yeah, but that's my whole point. That's my whole point, and that's why
let's bring back public lynchings in. Let's see what public lynching is going to do for
it's not comparable, but communities. They died for the same reason.
Yeah, but if you had related that way, trying to bring up the similarities and how you conveyed it just now, it would make more sense. But that's not at all how you conveyed it in the video. It came from a leftist bias type of perspective from my end, that you were trying to minimize it by bringing up other similarities. You didn't bring up anything up about it being moral or same morally. You were just saying, to summarize it, Kirk died, everybody else died, and this happens with political violence. That's pretty much what you said.
Because what I'm getting at is not how he died, or like in front of who that he died. What I'm focused on is why was he killed. I don't personally care that he was killed on a live stream or
we don't care why he died. It's wrong. It's wrong. You can't justify the other side. You're minimalizing it by trying to understand and tell me why he got murdered. It was no reason, bro. If he was fighting a dude back or he was an aggressor, I would say, okay, I hear you out. But dude didn't even know it was coming. So why am I even arguing with you about why he died? Like, bro, I'm literally having a conversation to prevent bad shit from happening, because when you don't talk to one another, bad shit happens. So guess what? I'm allowing debate because I know that these dudes are probably tripping. I know these dudes probably don't like me. So the best way to combat this is to have a conversation. I did that already. We did that already. Now you're still demonizing him. Oh, the things that he said, we're gonna get more into it later. You're gonna see that Abba he's not backing down. He's saying one thing and trying to go on with another thing. But my thing is this: if the dude's wrong and you don't agree with what he did, why are we still talking about this? As far as why do you still have a debate? Why are you still talking to me about why this happened to him? It didn't happen to him because of what he said. It happened to him because this person wanted him dead. It's a period. Doesn't matter. I don't gotta like somebody. It don't matter if I don't like him. I don't like a lot of people. I ain't gonna touch him. It's because I wanted a person wanted him gone. It's just that simple, bro. You can't manipulate that or take that out of a person's will. If he wants that to happen, he gonna do it. Okay, it's not about, oh well, this person said this that made him ticked off, nigga. If you easily ticked off, you could take somebody's life in with road rage. Ain't nothing gonna stop you. That's something you want to do. But my thing is the justification of it, telling the right to turn to calm down when we didn't do nothing. All we doing, especially when I'm talking about this topic, I'm not saying they never do nothing. Okay, great, they do stuff. But my thing is, in this situation, where does this apply at? Like, because he wasn't doing nothing but having a conversation. Do I agree with everything Charlie Kirk said? No, of course not. But do I rock with him? Yes, I do. Right, I do, because he not saying that I don't agree with most of the shit he say, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not emotional. It doesn't hurt me. If it don't apply, let it fly. Like when you talk about black people, so fucking what? I don't give a shit. Does it hurt me? No, because he's right about some black motherfuckers are stupid. Some of them are DEI hires. Some I wouldn't trust them either. And I was born and raised in the black community. So if I'm saying that, I can't be biased. It's the truth. I learned throughout my life, being a grown man, I learned that you can't get mad at the fucking truth. I don't give a fuck you white, Puerto Rican, black, Indian. Don't get mad at the truth, because guess what? If you get mad at the truth, guess what you're gonna get? Lies. I'd rather you fucking tell me the truth. It hurts. Yes, great. I get it. Get over it. That's what men do. Get over it. You don't hold grudges for shit that don't matter. Okay, get better. If I don't like something that people are saying about the black community, black fatigue and shit like that, change it in your life. I got black babies. I could change that within my community, within the family that I'm building. Okay, I don't kill the person that said that about me, saying the N-word. I don't give a fuck about that, bro. And I came from gangbanging. I came from going to jail. I came from all that. Everything a black person should do in the black community, I did it already. Okay, and I made it out because our mental. It was us doing it to one another. All right. The only way we change this is by holding each other accountable. But this is on another level. Okay, this is people laughing at this man's death. This is people making fun of him. This is people doing things that's out of the ordinary, because yes, black people do it, but that's nigga shit. Okay, when somebody get murked and something like that, niggas dying over the people laughing about the dead body and shit. This is not supposed to be normalized. It's not cool. It's not even cool in the black community. But it became so normalized now. It's okay to make fun of people's death now. It's just okay. I'm telling you, it's not okay. It's not okay, because when a rabbit get the gun and start hunting, that's when everybody start crying, and all of a sudden, you got 30 narratives coming out. You got news. You got New York news coming out. Oh, everybody racist. No, eventually people gonna stop ducking. Eventually, you stop ducking. Okay, then you start getting hunting. Stop shooting at me, dude. Come on, man. Stop trying to hurt me, dude. They say no, it's you. And I honestly think it's Satanism. I know I'm pausing. I'm talking a lot, but there's a lot of shit that's been going on in my head that I need to get out, bro. Like at the end of the day, I think it's Satanism, bro. They will smack you and tell you made me smack you. You made me do it. Why'd you smack me? All I was doing was talking to you. Well, you made me do it. The way you talking made me smack you. Okay, so you talk to me the same way. So what? You believe in God? Turn the other cheek. What? What? No, I'm not supposed to. As long as I'm getting abused, everything okay, right? Yes. As soon as I do the abusing, you're abusive. It's foolish, bro. Foolish. You can't win.
Pre-recorded video.
Do you think you're the anomaly with that perspective?
No.
You think that most people don't care that he died online?
I think that's the reason why it went viral for sure, but that's not why they care. You don't care about this topic because what I'm asking you is, you say you don't care that he died on live stream. I'm asking you, do you think most people don't care that he died on live stream? No. Most people are focused on the fact that he was killed for political reasons. That's what people care about. No one's outraged by this whole thing because it happened on camera.
I'm not saying that they're outraged. I'm just saying that adds more nuance. It makes it worse because of that. But
that's in the background. That's not that important. What's really important is that he was killed for political reasons. That's the focus. That's not just a little bit. That's 99% of the focus. None of the coverage that we've been seeing lately is because, like, can you believe that people die on camera? Nobody's talking about.
But that's not my argument. Come on, bro. That's not my argument, dog. I'm not saying that it's only important because it happened on camera. I'm saying that it's more tragic. It's worse than everything else that's happened thus far because it happened the way that it did.
Okay, yeah, I think we'll agree to disagree. I don't think someone dying on camera makes it worse. I think a tragedy, death is death, murder is murder. If you are murdered by somebody on camera in front of body, so
you
nobody
don't think
sees it.
you
Yeah.
don't you
That's a very disingenuous argument coming from his stupid ass mouth. You know damn well everybody's scared of the cartel because what them videos. You know damn you know damn I ain't in Mexico, nigga, but I damn sure don't want to go because I seen them videos. Don't catch me. I'm good. You can have that. You can have that because the videos. It's showing proof that I will get busy with you. That's what it literally is. Okay, it's not a game. Stop playing like you don't know what the fuck we saying to you. It's a message saying it's sending a message. It's like, okay, somebody go to jail and get a lethal injection. It means nothing to me. But now you put that nigga in the middle of a community, and I said that before, you put this nigga in the middle of a community and he get hung. Now it's like, oh shit, I can't believe now kids see it, huh? Everybody see it. It's gonna turn this country up. Stop lying. You know. That's the problem. We can't have conversation with y'all and go off of each other because somebody lying. Somebody know what you're saying, but they gonna keep playing like they're just oblivious to what you're saying. Like, come on, bro. This is why we don't talk to y'all, because you play games. Come on, man.
So somebody just dies in their sleep naturally compared to somebody being cut up in body parts and thrown in the dumpster. You think those deaths are the same?
That's not the same, because the reason
but
why
death is death, though.
No. Death is death, sure.
Murder is murder.
Murder and death is not the same thing. You dying of old age is not the same thing as being assassinated.
All right, you get shot in the head by somebody, or you get cut up into multiple pieces and fed to some gators on camera. Which one is you think the murder is murder?
No, because what happened after to my body and how the person extended that murder is going to make it worse.
So he don't want to be wrong. He don't want to be wrong.
What you're saying is equivalent to me, Kirk getting shot on camera. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Well, I think we just disagree fundamentally. But again, I don't think that's the focus. I don't think that's.
But that was my focus, though. That was my focus when I felt like you were minimizing it, bro. Because that's a big reason why Kirk's death had the impact it had. It had to reach because you could actually see it.
Okay, so let me say I agree with you. Let's do a different exercise. Let's say I agree with you. These are different to a degree. So what's your point? Shouldn't contextualize his murder?
Well, in your video, it didn't feel like you were contextualizing. If I felt personally that you contextualized it, trying to get to the root of a problem, then we wouldn't be here today. But I felt like your intent was to minimize Kirk's death by bringing up all these things that happened to people in the past.
I would argue that you are minimizing his death by not contextualizing it properly. If you don't talk about why something happened and how we got here, then all you're doing is just describing.
Who said I'm not talking about why? I'm just
the reason why he got assassinated on camera was because of lies. Okay, it's easy. It's literally what they use. If you want to be pro blackity black and woke and on the left hand side, the reason why he got killed is usually what they used to do to black people. He's less than a human. He's an ape. Like, wow. Same thing we do to. Let's bring it to today's time. What we do in the hood. We that's an op. Yeah, he black. But he's a black. He got a family. No, he's an op. He grew up on the other side. He's an op. So it's easy for me to take his life. Okay, when you demonize the individual, you make them less of a human, right? Less of a human. It means nothing to me to take his life because I'm doing something good. If I get rid of ops, they don't come in my community and start, doing their thing to us. So guess what? I get rid of an op. He's just an op. It don't hurt me. Just like when you seen the killer's face, he don't give a shit. Whatever. I did what I was supposed to do. He's an op. He's a fascist. He's a Nazi. Why am I wrong for getting rid of a Nazi? Why? Okay, there's some people. Y'all rhetoric is what's taking people's life. It's not about the truth. It's not about, it has nothing to do with the truth, because if you heard everything he said in context, it's very hard to paint the narrative. But what y'all do is take things out of context and say what it is. Oh, well, he said he told his daughter to have a baby, had a baby and she got raped. First of all, who asks a question like that, especially if you really want to know a person's stance? Who asks a stupid ass question like that? A person that want to catch you in a loop and then paint you as a fucking a terrible person, but he stood on his toes and he said, either way, no matter how I feel, I'm gonna keep it the same way. And that's called morality. That's called morals. Yes, this rule applies no matter what. But y'all look at it, not y'all, everybody. But what I'm saying is that the left look at it like, oh, you're so terrible. Why would you tell your daughter to have the baby? Because I mean what I say. When I say I'm a Christian, I mean that. Even if it's not going the best way, even when I'm not feeling the best, I'm still a Christian. So I mean, even when it's a terrible situation, I'm still a Christian. I can't just like his wife did. She forgave the dude. She can't just be evil. It's easy to just be evil, right? Or it's easy to feel a certain way when it doesn't go the Christian way, right? It doesn't go by the book. Well, hey man, you know, your daughter got raped. Will you still have that baby? Will you still make her have a baby? Well, you know, my Christian ethics tell me, yeah, like that's the right thing to do. Do I feel bad about it? Yes, but that's the flesh speaking. Yeah, of course. In the flesh, it tells me that because I want to feel bad. I want to feel like that's the wrong thing to do. But to take an innocent baby's life is more important to me than my, you know, not to make it seem like that, but that baby didn't deserve to like get chopped up just because what their parent did or what the sick monster had done. I'd rather him get slain than the baby because what the baby got to do with this. But to them, that means he's evil because he said make her have a baby. It's foolish, man. Why would you ask a question like that? What's the likelihood of that happening? Doesn't matter about the likelihood. He said it, right?
Focus on your video.
Yes, but if you're going to counter my narrative and say that I'm wrong for contextualizing it the way that I did, or you don't like,
no, but you're saying you're contextualizing it now. When I watched it, I didn't think you were contextualizing. I just thought that you were minimizing it.
That's fair. I disagree with that. I think I talked about how we got here. I definitely said that in the video. I talked about the fact that there's been a string of political violence over the last 10 years, and that this is not a shocking outcome. Kirk being assassinated is not the craziest thing. There's a reason why he had security. There's a reason why I think he was wearing a bulletproof vest. There's been threats on these people. So we have to take that into consideration, understand that this is not something that happened that is out of this world. Even Kirk himself realizes this is a possibility.
Yeah, but I get your point, but that's not at all my argument, bro. That's not at all my argument.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. Well, sure. I mean, I didn't receive that on mine. If I felt like you were contextualizing it, then, you know, we're on the same wave as far as, you know, this is what happens when, you know, politics get off the rails. But in the video, like I said, I thought that you were just minimizing it by comparing it to everything else. I didn't feel like there was any contextualizing there. So just got to agree to disagree. And I've watched the video probably 3 more times because, you know, we're having this conversation today, man. And I didn't get it all that you were contextualizing it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say that. I was saying those words exactly, contextualizing it, but I think that is what I was doing. But again, we could agree to disagree. So those were, I think, your first 2 disagreements that you had with me. Yeah, you can definitely let me know some other ones that you had.
And I mean, I just get to the meat and the potatoes now, man, because do you feel like you manufactured a narrative on Kirk by showing those snips of him in your video?
Yeah, okay, we can address that because I did have that in my notes as well. I think around like the 20-minute mark, you said I took him out of context, right?
Not even take them out of context. You put your context on it because if you let it play, I put the additional clips on it to give it more.
Okay,
context.
So just for the viewer, there's a clip that we played, maybe of 15 seconds of Kirk on a Jubilee panel. He's talking to somebody. This is a panel about Christians versus or is it right wingers versus lefties? I don't remember.
I don't know, but it was about abortion.
Okay, it was about abortion.
Well,
right?
that one you put 3 videos.
And Kirk is a a very Christian, self-proclaimed Christian. You know, everyone knows this about him. So in that clip, the woman is asking him a hypothetical where he says, if your 10-year-old daughter was raped, okay, would you force her to keep the child? Is that a fair assessment of the clip?
Yeah.
And then Kirk says yes.
The baby will have the baby, or my girl will have the child.
Okay, and then you said that we were kind of dishonest with how we did that. That we clipped him out of context, and then we put our own context, right?
No, I'm not saying you put your own context. You didn't put the entire context. Like you said, okay. you led into it by saying, you know, you said I think I'm not going to speak. I'm going to recite you verbatim, but it was essentially, you know, I think that Kirk has said some disgusting things as well, and then you played these 3 videos.
I played that clip. Yeah, so let's just talk about the first clip because I remember you taking that first clip and being really shocked. I think let me just see here. So I did have that in my notes here. Oh yeah, you said that. You said that was really surprising that you were shocked coming from me. You called me the king of receipts.
Yeah.
But yes.
That's real shit because I rely, but I know when you giving somebody shit, you gonna have to prove the point.
So how do you feel I took that clip out of context?
Because when I see that it's trying to paint Kirk as a monster because he's going to force his 10-year-old daughter to have a child.
Right, but as somebody who's anti-abortion, that's his stance. He will force his daughter to have the child because he feels as though life is precious or whatever it is, and he sees the fetus as a life, so he's like, my daughter will have that baby. That's his take.
Yeah, but if you let the rest of the video play, I mean, it's subjective. Everybody's going to feel differently watching that. But
Hey, bro, I'm getting tired of the word fetus, man. Like, you a big ass fetus, then. It's the same thing that they keep doing when it comes to conservatives, right? He's less than a human. He's a fascist. He's just that just because they have a different viewpoint. If you keep demonizing a child or a baby, right? The point of conception of a child, when does it becomes a child? All this other crap. You keep doing that shit. Of course, it's gonna be easier because is this a fetus? Is this a lump of cells? But if that's the case, we are a clump of cells. Okay, we're all a clump of cells then. Okay, so my thing is when it comes to this subject topic at hand, do I agree with Charlie Kirk? Yes. Well, I don't agree with forcing a child to have a baby, but I agree with him as far as his Christian ethics. He meant what he said. Like, if I'm a Christian, you have to follow the Christian rules. You can't be part Christian. That's him bowing down to his faith, even if he feels like that's a bad thing. Like, I don't want my daughter to have the baby because I don't agree with this. Like, as far as her having, her being pregnant and how it happened, but my Christian ethics is so strong that I gotta go with the Bible. No matter what or how I feel, I have to go with the Bible, right? That's just how that goes. That's a real Christian. You can't point the finger at a person being a real Christian because guess what? Christian ethics is what stops slavery because humans should not be enslaved. Okay. What makes a person think that if they grew up in it? What stop a person from doing bad things if they grew up in bad things, right? Sacrificing children and things like that. What makes a person stop? Something other than himself because flesh can't teach you that. But at the end of the day, Christian ethics, he shouldn't be prosecuted for what he believes. Okay, and it's not hurting nobody, but he really believes in that. And he stand by it, right? Even when his own flesh gets involved, even when it don't go his way, he go on a Christian route. So why do you hate him for doing what Christians do? He just did what Christians did, okay? And you take it out of context because you want to hate this person. I don't want to understand him. If I don't want to understand him, of course, I'm going to demonize everything this person says. But when you see that child and understand how priceless it is, you like, damn, like, okay, I get why he said that. Because nobody wants to unalive a child. No matter how you think of it, you can flip your mind to believe whatever you want to believe. Just like men think that they women. You're not. You'll never be that. That's a fetus. That's a child, bro. Oh, that's a slave. No, that's a human. You keep playing these games mentally. Guess what? Your human radar goes off. Eventually, it turns off. I don't have no feelings, and then I will use a perfect example, and that's how the black community is. When we shoot an op, when we pop an op, so what? I mean, I don't care. It's an op. Well, he grew up right across the street from you. You grew up with him, but he's an op. He chose to be on the other side. So guess what? Me taking his life from his mother means nothing. He's an op, right? When you use words, eventually it means something. Then you become dehumanizing. It doesn't matter. I don't. You become less human. I don't care anymore. That don't do nothing to me. So this is why when community leaders come out and say, bro, like you should, black on black crime, you should stop this. It don't mean nothing to them because I don't see him as a black on black crime. I see him as an op. Like you can keep talking to me all you want, but my mentality will never change because the way I view them is different from what you think. You think like a normal human. I'm thinking like I'm in a war zone. That's an op. I can't let him live. If I let him live, he's gonna take it out on me, and vice versa. So when does it stop? The words keep replaying in your head will justify your bad actions, right? So this is why Charlie Kirk went the route of I'm going by the Bible because eventually, if I keep going the way I want to go, the way flesh tell me to go, this is a perfect place for people like that, and I don't want to be that.
If you just have that short video, it makes it seem like he's a monster. I don't care. Anti-abortion. She having a baby. It could be for anything because my way or the highway or whatever the case may be, bro. Everybody's not informed on Kirk and his reasonings why. And I think that you let the video play and gives you his reasonings why, people would understand it. They may not agree with it, but they'll understand it and they'll take a blow away from how they're initially feeling about him being a monster.
Well, they'll see him still as a monster because no matter how much you explain it from a religious standpoint,
that's your opinion though, because I don't see him as a monster.
But that was my whole point. But do you remember what the greater point of that whole section was? That section was about the fact that some people view him as a monster, including me. I don't like the guy. I didn't think his politics were good. That's my personal opinion. I think I'm free to say that. And I played clips that, to me, showcase his stances on things that I just don't agree with and I think are disgusting. Forcing your 10-year-old daughter.
But why did he play that when the argument is about basically justifying his assassination, why is this the perfect time to play that you disagree with what he was saying? That's the point that Steven is making. Why would that be the perfect time to show people, hey, he said this? I look at him as a monster. It's basically justifying it, minimalizing it, right? It is literally making Steve nice point, because at the end of the day, now ain't the time for that shit, bro. He gone. He can't even defend himself, bro. So what's the point of you bringing that up? Why? And then say, no, I didn't mean it that way. You can't take, once you say words, you can't take it back, bro. And my thing is, if you take out context of a conversation, you're lying. You have bad intentions. You're a liar, because you want people to take, you care more about people taking your side than the actual truth. If you give them the whole truth and they make their decision, I might not agree with them, but I could understand them more where it's coming from. But if you take that truth, if you take the context out of a conversation, you allow people to take whatever they want with that. You allow them to go wherever they want with that. And I can't do that. I can't do that. If I want you to believe something, I got to show you the full facts and how it is. I can't just tell you, believe me, bro. Look at this little clip. And this is how Trump got prosecuted so many times as far as not politically, but socially, right? I hate Trump. He's a rapist. He's this, he's that. He's a fascist. He's a Nazi. And these people still believe in that. He said good people on both sides. Not understanding it was a clip. There's a whole video somewhere that keeps surfacing on the internet. You can go look that up if you want to. I'd rather not. Well, Russia. It was fake, right? Hunter Biden's laptop. It was fake, right? It didn't exist, right? But when you look stuff up and you take stuff out of context and you pick sides, you then cloud your judgment. Now I can't trust you. I can't trust your judgment. I can't trust what you say because you're biased. And once you're biased, what more can you say to me? What more can you say to me, man? Is this that simple?
To have a baby, okay, that after she was great, okay, you could say it's great for religious reasons. You could give whatever justification you want. There's nothing in there that took him out of context.
It is, because if you having that short snippet, people are not going to know why he's doing it. They're just going to know he's doing it. If he gives justification of why, and he gave very clear reasons of why, that's going to make some people look at it different. You're putting this, you know what I mean? Like, it's like showing a video of somebody shooting somebody in the head, but just randomly, but you figure out that this motherfucker killed my mom, then it makes sense.
No, because the people who are following this, or people who are tuning into this stuff, know that Charlie is a political speaker who's incredibly Christian.
You're making that assumption, though, bro. Like, you're making that assumption because now, since Kirk has died, there are so many people that are just now learning about Kirk. There's so many people that didn't know before. There's so many people that didn't know before. So if you put that narrative out, this is a big reason why so many people don't like Kirk, because they get some of these short reels taken out of context. If you add,
but they're not out of context. It's not a context.
It is. Well, it's not. It's not with the entire context.
It's not, Stevie. If someone says I'm anti-abortion, I'm a Christian, we know why you don't want an abortion.
In that clip you put, he didn't say he was Christian, though. He just said, she just gave an example, and he said no, she can have a baby. He didn't say he was Christian.
This guy was all over the world, all over the news.
But you're making an assumption, though, bro. You're making an assumption. I'm not making an assumption. Everybody doesn't know Kirk, bro.
No, everybody who saw that clip of him getting murdered knew he was a political.
Here you go. They do anything to justify what they saying, bro. They can never be wrong. It's okay to be fucking wrong sometimes, bro. It just proves that you're just arrogant. You ignorant and arrogant. Like, bro, if you wrong, you fucking wrong, bro. This dude lost his life for something that you probably don't even understand. You never probably really watched him until he got his life taken. So with that, if I don't know something, I don't fucking know something, bro. So what I do for a living is build elevators. If my mechanic come to me and say, Christian, do this. If I don't know how to fucking do it, I don't know how to do it. It's that simple. If you lie to him, he gonna prove like, oh, this dude don't know what the fuck you doing. He said he know how to do it. They hold your fucking feet to the fire. At the end of the day, be honest. If you don't know something, you don't know something. It proves that you're at least a decent person. Why are you saying stuff that you know nothing about? At this point, you know damn well everybody don't know Charlie Kirk, bro. I know a whole bunch of Christians that don't even know Charlie Kirk. Come on now, I come from a different demographic, bro. We don't know. Most people. Well, I know about him, but most people didn't know about Charlie Kirk until his life got taken. So when they hear these bad things about him, I think that's most of the people that's making fun of him from dying because they played those clips, especially those lefty lunatics who's trying to paint a narrative other than be fair. They've shown them clips, and it's so easy. It's so easy to feel offended. It's like when Nick Fuentes says the N-word, but you didn't know that he was a public place as far as on fashion fit, and he was cool. You know, the ladies told him to say it. But if I didn't know, if I listened to some of Nick Fuentes' rhetoric and I heard him say the N-word, I'm like, fuck no, like I'm pissed. I'm pissed. But if I knew that, right, because I think that some of these freaking lefty lunatics, no matter how crazy they are, they're smart. They know what they're doing. If I want to get a rise out of you, and I don't want to put I just want to put my hands up and watch you go nuts. I'll show you something that'll make you go nuts and act like I had nothing to do with it. Come on, man. Why? Come on, man. I had nothing to do with what he did, man. That's his life. He chose to do what he wanted to do. And this is what's happening with the Charlie Kirk killer.
Speaker who's Christian. And there's not a person who didn't see that clip, who didn't see the news reports, who didn't know what he was.
That's absolutely cap, bro. That's cap. That's not true. That's not true. You can't speak for everybody in the world, dog. I know personally because I talk to people now that had no idea who the fuck Kirk was. Now they see him on his timeline going, and they don't know who the fuck he is. That's absolutely that's false, bro.
He has the very standard cookie cutter Christian view on it.
Regardless, you're making the assumption that people know, dog, and that's a dangerous game. You got to give them. You got to give them more.
That's not an assumption, boss. I'm sorry. Anybody who's following this knows he's a Christian political speaker. I'm sorry, but I'm just not buying that. In fact, everyone's been introducing him as such, so we know why he does not like abortion.
All right. I don't know. You know, and a lot of people do know. Everybody doesn't know, dog. And you got to be fair and give the reason why. You got to give the justification why. If you just say he's doing this, they go, oh, he's a motherfucker because he's gonna force a 10-year-old to have a fucking daughter. But if you go let the shit play and he gives the fucking girl the business of why he made her look stupid. To me, it may not look. It may not.
But that's because you're probably anti-abortion.
No, right? I don't know. I could care less. I respect his stance. I'm not pro. I'm not anti. I respect his stance. I don't agree with it, of course, but
I'm anti-abortion. Look at the black community. We getting killed in the womb, bro. We can't even make it out to get ops. We can't even make it out to get ops. And as soon as we get out, we got ops. Huh? Soon we make it out the womb, we got ops. We popping at each other. We trying to take each other's life no matter what. Our mom trying to take our lives. Yeah, of course I'm anti-abortion because it was meant for us. It was meant to exterminate us. Yes, of course I would. From black people, I don't understand who would agree with that. Right? I don't even understand that shit. I'm anti. Right? We need more. We need more white. We need more Americans, bro. At the end of the day, fuck the illegal immigrants. We got what we need here. Let's populate. Let's do our thing. Let's live in matrimony, man. Come on, let's make it happen.
I respect it because he's standing on 10. Like I'm a Christian through and through.
My point still 100% stands. At the end of the day, if you are going to force a 10-year-old to have a baby because you believe abortion is wrong, it's okay for people to say you're a disgusting person. And
my question is this, dog. Do y'all think that even in y'all life, dealing with liberals, do you feel like they be trying to feel offended, like trying to find something to be offended about? I'm just so stuck on this 10-year-old thing that it made me just not like him. Like, why would you like, bro? If you don't want to like me, just say you don't want to like me, bro. Y'all want us to agree to y'all fucking weird ass lifestyle when it comes to transgenderism, men being in women's bathroom. Y'all want us to agree to your lifestyle, right? But when it comes to our lifestyle, as far as we believe in that children should be, children should be born, and we love children, and we think that mothers should close their legs if that's the greatest form of, not having a child. Close your fucking legs. That's wrong. You hate us for that. You hate us for that. But you want us to allow you to talk to our children while we're at work about gay stuff instead of teaching them their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, right? Because our children are fucking fucked because y'all got so much political agendas. So y'all rather hate us for having Christian ethics and Christian values, which y'all benefit from, because usually bad stuff will happen to degenerate individuals, right? And I'm not saying I'm the best Christian in the world. Yeah, I'm Christian, but I'm not saying I'm the best at it. I could be terrible at it, okay? But what I'm saying is this. At the end of the day, appreciate you, truck driver, man. I fuck with you. But my thing is this. At the end of the day, Charlie did not deserve it. Just because he did not believe in abortion does not mean he deserved the bullet, bro. Come on now.
Other people can agree with your stance and say you're cool. My entire
that was
point
my argument. My argument was you took about a context. People can say what they want to say, but you took about a context and you're manufacturing a narrative.
I'm not manufacturing a narrative. The narrative was very clear. He's a Christian man. He's against abortion.
You didn't have Christian in that clip, though.
I didn't have to because everyone knows.
Everybody does not know. Look in your. I mean, I'm sure in your.
We'll agree to disagree, but I think that's not taking someone out of context. If someone says
it is absolutely out of context.
If someone says I'm a Muslim,
come on, but you smarter than that, dog. You want to
no. I think
you're smarter than that, dog.
I think you're definitely reaching. But it's
how am I reaching? How am I reaching? If you had, that's the definition of manufacturing a narrative, bro. The girls, he said, I'm gonna force the 10-year-old to have a fucking baby. That's it. It's all everybody gonna see. There's no more context. You didn't give a motherfucker the opportunity to explain why.
No. He's the most viral person in the world. People know he's a political commentator.
That's Abba being disingenuous, and that's him being hateful. I feel like that's hatred. If you lying on a person just for you to justify the death, like you're hateful, you're evil, you're a monster. Because you could have easily let the whole video play and then let people feel the way they want to feel about the context and the platform and the content in its entirety. But you took that out. You stole that from the new eyes of an individual who don't really have a an argument or a leg to stand on. If I really wanted to know what this guy's about, you showing me clips and you taking the full entirety of his message away from him. And is that fair? No, you know what you're doing. So it's hard for me to believe that you're just doing stuff in good faith while doing bad shit. I can't rock with that. I won't allow that to go. This is why I'm saying you got to hold people's feet to the fire. People respect Abba because they think that he's fair and he wouldn't lie. To me, this is a big fat ass lie. You knew what you was doing when you did that. And the fact that you did it now that he's gone, you should have did it when you could debate him. When you had a chance to talk to him. But guess what? People that believe in that watch your content, that believe in what you believe in, took his life and you took his voice away. And you didn't really take his voice away. You made more of us. But at the end of the day, the thing is that he gave you a chance to debate. He gave you a chance to debate. You took that away from him. Now you saying shit that you didn't agree with him on. That's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. This is wrong time. Read the room. Wrong time to be doing this shit, bro. Because you say you're not minimizing, right? You're not minimizing, right, Abba? Why are you saying this shit now? Why? It's the wrong time to be doing that, bro. Family's still grieving.
No, he's Christian. I'm not buying that, but we'll agree to disagree. Okay. That's not taking someone out of context. If you're not an unknown person, we know where you're standing. We know what you're there for. Okay. But we'll agree to disagree. This is another point you made, and this is one I thought was crazy. You played the other clips of Kirk. You kind of said there's nothing bad about this when he said he wanted Biden to be executed or given the death penalty. Mm-hmm. You don't think that people should hate somebody like that, or some people might hate somebody for that reason? For saying violent things like that?
Yeah, that's their opinion.
Okay, so what's the problem with my stance in this whole thing? You were saying, what did
that video wasn't that video to me? That video wasn't personally for me. That wasn't as important. It didn't get my attention as much as the first two. Right? It's a bunch of motherfuckers that don't like presidents for whatever the reason is. Like he ain't the first person to say he want to see a president die.
It's a lot of Trump hate. A lot of Trump hate.
They deserve to die. The people want to. They deserve to fucking be killed because they hate Trump. Want to see him dead.
But that's my whole point. My point is, people should be allowed after Charlie Kirk's death to say, I didn't like the guy.
But that's not what I said, though. I never argued your.
But what point are you trying to make when you say I didn't like the guy? Why now? Why do we care about what you like and what you don't like? If I'm a part of read the fucking room. Somebody get their life stolen. I'm not gonna get on the stand and say, you know what? I didn't like him like that. Stay your bitch ass home. Why are you even talking? So what? This ain't for you. This ain't for you. Why are you even taking a stance? If you want to take a stance, now is not the time, bro. You had the chance to talk to him. You have a big platform, Mr. Abba. You could have been talked to him. You could have been did it. You chose not to. You cowered out just like pussies do. And then when a person gets slain, now all of a sudden, oh yeah, you got a whole bunch of opinions about the guy. This is trash. This is like a left wing bitch shit. Like I don't know, man. I'm just cut from a different cloth, bro. If I don't like somebody, if they end up dead, why the fuck would I even? It's the wrong time to be talking, bro. It's the wrong time to be talking. I don't think opinions matter at this point, right?
Reason to feel how you feel. I said I was only focused on the fact that you're manufacturing a narrative.
Well, no. In the clip you said, oh, these are the hateable clips. I don't see it. That's what you said. Mm-hmm. But that's my whole point. You're taking it from your perspective because you don't think those opinions are that crazy, right?
Yeah, they ain't that crazy, but I'm not diminishing their feelings about it. They can hate it. I don't agree, but I'm not saying they're wrong and hating it. I never said that.
Okay, another point that you made. I played a second clip, and this is probably one of the wilder clips. A young man goes up to Charlie Kirk during that debate, and he says to him, hey, what do you think about school lunches for kids? And Charlie laughs at him. He says, there's no starvation in America. We have an obesity problem. Nobody here is going without food. And then you agreed with him. You said there's no starvation in America. go get food stamps. You can get food at churches. There's no reason to starve. You remember that?
Yeah, there's no reason to starve in America. It's like 1% of households have like I guess, technically a hunger issue, bro. But people are not starving to death in America, bro. Motherfuckers are fat as hell. That's a fact.
Okay. And see, this is the problem I have with like people who are pro-life, and not you specifically, but people like Charlie Kirk. They're so obsessed with keeping fetuses alive, they pretend it's like this big virtue. And then when a child is born, they're like, "Fuck you, your parents take care of you."
No, we not doing that. We not doing that. Stop calling babies fetuses, bro. If you want to demoralize humans, just do it on your own time. Stop doing that, bro. It doesn't make it any better. Just because Charlie Kirk, you call Charlie Kirk a fascist, a schnazi, all this other shit does not make it okay for you to unalive him, right? And it's, to me, it's typical. When the left is reacting the way they do, it's typical because they willing to take a baby's life that has nothing to do with anything at all. Nothing to do with nothing, didn't choose to be here. They want to take an innocent baby's life away, but they value their life, right? If a lion was to eat his own baby, they would cry because that's what type of people they are, right? But when they come to killing, unaliving their own children, oh, who gives a fuck? It's a fetus. You see the mind games that they play? This is why I don't trust them. This is why I can't listen to them. When they take the moral high ground like him, like he's trying to do, they're trying to keep fetuses alive, but then you don't want to feed them. 1%. 1%. This is like I said, these lefties want to be angry. They want to be fucking mad. They'll find anything to be angry about. Well, Charlie Kirk said, there's plenty of food. The 1% you want babies to starve? You don't give a fuck about babies. Shut the fuck. Like, let's start there. You like abortion. What are we talking about babies for? Like, you give a fuck about. You're so moral that this could be a conversation. Your morality's off. Don't even talk to me about morality, bro. Don't even talk to me about what's wrong and what's right. Y'all don't even know what bathroom to use. Why are you telling me what's wrong and what's right? You think men can have babies? Why the fuck are you telling me what's wrong and what's right? You're not in a position to talk to me. You're lucky you even got a voice because people listen to shit like you and YouTube prop bullshit up like that. But when a person has a real voice and they come from where they come from and trying to dispel this foolishness, oh yeah, you don't get views like that. You're gonna keep getting pushed down until hopefully you find just don't quit. Just don't quit. That's all I would say to anybody. If you're gonna start a YouTube channel, you're not getting the views or anything like that, just don't quit, bro. Just keep trying, and eventually, one view at a time, baby, you're gonna make it. But my point is that he doesn't care about babies at all because he agrees with them being unalive due to women participating in feminist culture, having sex out of wedlock, doing whatever the hell they want to do with their body, and it's their right, fine, but don't kill the baby, bro. He don't care about that. But when it comes to feeding them, oh yeah, Charlie Kirk don't want to feed babies? You want to kill them, so who gives a fuck?
It's actually probably one of the most hypocritical, and this is why I think Charlie Kirk is probably a shitty person to me, is that he spent all this time being anti-abortion, but when it comes to every government initiative that's meant to protect kids and keep them good, he was always against it. And to me, it's like, what's the fucking point of keeping this fetus alive if when it comes out, you're like, yo, fuck you, kid. And that's what he did. He said,
God, I hate this kid. So basically, I was on Section 8, government baby. Okay, government baby. I came from it. I could tell you it doesn't fucking help us. It doesn't help us at all, bro. I'm like if there was a government stamp, like if you could stamp that on the baby, that was me and my family, right? It doesn't help us. It doesn't help us. What it does is keep us down because guess what? You can't make a certain amount of money. Okay, they always checking your pockets. Government in your business. Now, government is literally your daddy. They make sure your daddy ain't around. It's not to benefit the people. It's never to benefit us. Okay, it's to keep us down. And guess what? Vote Democrat while we fuck you. And if you don't, we're gonna take your benefits away. And mama got 5 boys. What's she gonna do? She gonna do exactly what she's told. But people don't understand that, bro. People don't understand that, man. And we got truck driver. I waked up 2 years ago. Yeah, you did your research, and that's what it takes, bro. You can't just believe what everybody say because it's easy to. It's so easy to do whatever. It's so easy to follow within the footsteps of people that we look up to, but they may got it wrong, man. My whole family vote Democrat, but I felt that something was wrong. If I look in my community and all these people in power are Democrats, but nothing is changing, then it has to be them. I can't just keep blaming white man because white man not around. White man not around. It's only us. If I can't walk across the street with a certain certain amount of Jordans or a certain Jordans on without getting shot or robbed, they're the problem. right? When I take my last breath and I see a black man standing over me, I'm not trying to look at a white man. Where's the white man? He's not even worried about me. He's not even worried about me. Who's killing me is my own folks. So that's what we need to focus on, bro. Not about white supremacy and all that. Why? I mean, I'm not saying it never existed, but it's non-existent anymore to where it affects us. Okay, you can compete. The worst thing you could, if I was a oppressor, I wouldn't even let you compete. Like the worst thing the oppressors could have done is let us compete, because now we're able to get rich. We're able to change the demographic of our families. Okay. Most of these people that hate this country don't want to leave, but these people are dying to let everybody else in while not leaving though. But this country is so shitty, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But like I said, I'm happy you did your research, man. Welcome in. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. We gonna watch a little bit more.
Fuck you, kid.
No, he didn't, but he might as well have when he's constantly championing everything that's anti-public sector, or sorry, government involved taking care of kids. Like even you saying there's no starvation.
Yeah,
like
I mess with you, man. Thank you.
If you just Google it, there's like so many kids today here in America. You can look it up, the statistics, that have malnutrition, that have food scarcity, that have all these problems. It stunts their growth. It fucks them up in terms of their academic success. And for you guys to sit there and think that food lunches for kids is a crazy idea and parents should take care of them. Some parents are dog shit. Some parents don't take care of their kids. And so that's why these school lunches happen, so that kids who go to school get a meal. But people like Charlie Kirk, and then you did the same thing, are like, oh, the parents take care of it. That's fucking stupid. And I'm like, do you guys even Google this stuff? Do you guys even look into it? But you speak confidently against this stuff that's hurting hundreds and thousands of kids. And I'm like, I don't get it.
I'll ask you a question. Which one is higher, the amount of abortions in America or the amount of starving children in America?
The amount of starving kids in America.
Oh, that's cap.
That's cap? Did you Google it?
Did you Google it?
Oh my God. Like I said, they don't want to lose, man. Even when they're wrong, they willing to go far. They willing to take it far. That's why it's scary talking to people like that. Like you trying to be genuine, to have a genuine conversation, and a person will go as far as pushing the envelope, even though they know that they're wrong. Right? You know that even, let's just take it to the black community. The abortions is crazy. They our mothers are murderers, bro. At this point, like y'all getting rid of a whole generation the way they be doing it, and it's not no black on black crime. It's mom and the baby crime. Like the thing is, when it comes to the Democrats, they want to get rid of all of it, right? Well, since the babies aren't getting fed and things like that, man, just kill the baby. Just kill the baby, man. Since bad people have guns and they keep shooting people, let's just take guns away. Like, let's just get rid of all of it. What he don't understand is that there's shitty parents everywhere. That don't mean you need to kill a baby, bro. There's shitty parents everywhere. There's certain things you cannot government out of people's hearts. If I want to be if I'm a shitty parent, I'm gonna be a shitty parent. I'm sorry. There's nothing, and there's plenty of shitty parents that made beautiful children who made it out and probably don't talk to their parents anymore. Why take their life? My thing is that you can't control that. You can't make a parent do what's right. You can't force a person to do what's right. You can either do what's right with a gun, or you can do what's wrong with a gun. You can't change a person's heart. You can't change what's in a person's heart. If they're gonna do it, they're gonna do it. Just because you took a gun out of his hand don't mean anything. Look at London. Look at the UK. A whole bunch of stabbings. What you gonna take away? Forks and knives? What you gonna take away? You can't change what's in people's hearts, and that's the problem that we're having. And that's what Charlie Kirk tried to do. Change what's in somebody's heart. Take the anger out. And most people hate what they don't understand. You get what I'm saying? So once you have that conversation and you go off ideas, sometimes those fucking dumbass things that you thought in your head goes away, because it doesn't stand the test of time. You have to test these arguments that you're having, or that you have to test your beliefs to see if it stand the test of time. That's the only way you know if it's gonna work. That's how bad ideas go away, right? The man on man shit, and I mean the men in women's bathroom was a crock of crap, right? But how would they know that if they basically saying that if you don't agree with me, you'll lose your job? If anybody don't believe what I say, I ain't gotta prove it to you, right? The leader of France's wife, I ain't gotta prove it to you. I'll just sue the shit out you. I ain't gotta prove it to you. I'll just assassinate you. I ain't gotta prove it to you. I can do whatever I want to do. That's not how you win an argument. I can silence you by taking your life. Charlie Kirk situation. That's not how you win an argument, dude. It's not.
Need to Google it, but
you don't need facts. But you know what? Facts don't care about how you feel about it. I need you to Google it.
Okay, I'll Google it. Well, somebody Google it in the chat, bro. But
okay.
But I'm not. Let me figure out the best way to articulate this, because you have this.
I fuck with you, truck driver.
Towards Kirk and me and whomever else because we don't support government. Not even support government assistance. We're saying the parents should do it, but in the reality of the problem, bro, there's so many different ways that people can eat outside of their parents. There's, bro, food stamps, churches, charities, bro. Like, there's no reason for somebody to starve.
So do you want a 7-year-old or 8-year-old to go to get food stamps or go to church?
Yeah, their parents should go, and food stamps.
I
just saw in the video, bro. You saw in the video. I said it, bro. I'll be jealous when I see the amount of money these people have on food stamps, bro. They be running these EBTs up $400, $500, $600, bro. Like, there's no excuse for somebody to be broke or to be hungry, unless they got, like, they're picky, they're bougie about what the fuck they want to put in their body, dog. But beggars can't be choosers, bro. Like, you can't have no filet mignon when you can't afford it, dog. And we live in a capitalistic.
But I want you to hear the argument, though. His argument was basically like, well, don't you care about starving children? Stevie Knight said that, well, there's churches out here that give out food. You think the children want to go? Nigga, if I'm hungry, do you think I give a fuck where it's coming from? Do you give a fuck where I'm hungry, right? I'm starving, right? I'm going to go wherever the food is at, right? If they're offering food, I'll go there. Well, what if they have shitty parents? You can't change that. You want a government every fucking thing. That's our problem, you lefties. You want a government everything. If that's the point, get a computer chip in your head like they trying to do. You might as well go and get that computer chip in your head, bro. Because at the end of the day, you can't change people. You can't change people by forcing them to do something. That's how you create anger. Okay, you force them, like how they did the conservatives, or us conservatives, basically saying that, well, you know, if you see a transgender, don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You call them by the pronouns, and I know damn well it's a lie. Well, I'm lying. What am I lying for? It creates hate. Now I gotta shut up. When I gotta shut up, now I get angry. Then when I get angry, I create a podcast.
We live in a capitalistic country, dog. It is what it is.
Let's take 2 steps back. All right. Let's take 2 steps back. Do you agree there's a lot of bad parents out there?
Absolutely. But the world's fucked up, though.
Hold on. Do you agree that there's a lot of parents who neglect those children?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that those kids should suffer because they have bad parents?
No. I don't think they should, but bad shit happens.
So mind you, I was a standpoint is basically he likes abortion. So what's the other alternative? Abort him? I swear to God, bro, it blows my mind. I used to think the same way. I used to think that was the right way to think, bro. I literally used to think that's the right way to think. But I mean, when you grow older and you start having children, bro, it's like, bro, somebody lied to us, bro. Somebody lied to us, man. And you got to do something different, man. It has to change. Like it has to change mentally. I used to get mad about, you know, I'm from LA, bro. I don't know where you're from, but gang banging was the culture, bro. The one word would make me crash out, like a word. I used to gang bang. One word would make me crash. If you say the wrong word, I'm gonna do you in, bro. That's how we was taught. I was raised in my hood, like growing up. That was like being a man. Like you become a man because you got put on the hood. But then you learn that these dudes that I'm beefing with, I grew up with them though. Like I grew up. How can I hate these dudes? Like how? Like I can't even muster up the hate. I grew up with them. I used to lift weight with these dudes. Now I'm no longer allowed over there because now I'm from this hood. But then, you know, your older homies start preaching this shit to you like, oh, this hateful shit. Oh, them your ops. Don't hang with these dudes. You can't do this. You can't do that. And it's like, bro, this shit don't make no sense, bro. It's like you feed me to the system. You hate the police so fucking much, but you invite them into our community by doing bad shit. Where's the referees? Like if I gotta beat this dude up at a train station, what's gonna stop me with all my homies? And I'm told to do it. I might feel bad while I'm beating him up, and this is just what happened in my life, beating the dude up at a gas station. I mean, at a train station because this is our hood. He banged the wrong hood. We jumped him. But to me, I'm feeling bad while I'm doing it. Like, damn, why I do that, bro? Like, he just grew up on that side, and now it's gonna create hatred towards me because he remember my face. Now what? me listening to people is like, all right, so how do I get out of that mindset? And the reason why I created this podcast too is because I understand what people are going through as far as, oh, just stop game banging. Because I hear this on the conservative side. Why you just can't stop? Why you just can't move? It's not possible. Like, my dad is dead. Like, my mom on Section 8. This is where we get, there is nowhere else to go. But then the way to get out of it is your mindset. You gotta challenge. You got to challenge bad shit, bro. You got to challenge it. And yes, it's going to be hard because everybody going to turn against you. When you want to do good and evil's all around you, evil going to look at you like like you're the nuts. Like, you're nuts, right? Like, why are you trying to change? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a weirdo, bro. When I stopped game banging, why you stop game banging? Like, niggas would come up to me, why you stop game banging, bro? That's weird. You're only 17. Why would you stop? Bro, like, is it a bad thing that I'm trying to get out of this shit? Like, I don't, like, this shit is twisted. Like, I'll be thinking it's an FBI, it's like a federal op or something like that. Like, they trying to get me in jail. They want me to go to jail or hell. Like, what do you want me to do? Kill somebody I can never get out? Yeah, that's hard. So it's like we working against a lot, bro, and it's us that's keeping each other down. But how do you combat that? Like, with a younger kid, I wish I had somebody that made it out like me, because we didn't have that. And most of those guys were like preachers, and dudes didn't want to listen to shit like that. Like, dude, you ain't even cool. Like, why am I listening to you? Not saying that there wasn't guys that tried to get us out of the lifestyle, but we didn't listen to them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I might put on the little jewels, you know what I'm saying, look tight and shit, because I know that this is what kids look at. You know what I'm saying? And kids are impressionable. They want to look at the cool dude. They want to listen to him, but you just want to get in the right people's ears, man, and try to make them turn their life around when they feel like there's no hope. You got to be the hope, man, because without it, it's just, we're gonna keep turning this upside down, bro. We're gonna keep losing our life, and it's no longer becoming a black person problem. It's becoming an American problem now, bro. Everybody picking up this black culture shit and thinking that it's smooth, bro. It's not smooth, man. I was born and raised in it's not smooth, man. We're gonna get more into this, man. I'm sorry for going off the rails.
Wait, you're just gonna let kids suffer?
No, I'm not gonna let them, bro, because there's other avenues. Like, if they're going to school, this is a hypothetical, man. But
hold on. What if they're going to school? What if they're going to school?
If they're going to school, I'm assuming that teachers are aware. They can see someone losing weight, or they see whatever.
But that's what the program's for, Stevie. That's what I'm saying. The program is meant to give kids lunches at school.
No, that's not where I'm going with it. I'm talking about, like, teachers making calls to get, the correct parties involved to address a child, to find a potential food for them, so they can take advantage of the surplus of food that is available for people in these situations. Like, the homeless don't go hungry, bro. They can go get a meal if they want to get a meal.
You're comparing children to homeless. Like, what are we talking about? See, I want y'all to just think about it. So, there's shitty parents out there, okay? Mm-hmm. And you want teachers to call the shitty parents to be like, hey, be better parents. Or you want to call child services? You can call child services? You want to put them in foster care?
It may be better than having the shooty ass parents.
Have you looked into foster care, Steve? Have you Googled foster care?
You're describing these parents as ain't shit, bro. Like, it is bad shit happen.
And this is mostly what the argument that they use to abort children, though. I feel like what is he's so black pill about being a parent, bro. Like, yeah, you're gonna get some bad parents. It's life. Like, we grew up around people that have bad parents and let them do anything, and anything could be a bad parent, though. Anybody could be a bad parent. Anything could be a bad parent, as far as letting your kid do too much, not letting your kids do not enough. But when it comes to this starvation shit, I understand that you want to save every kid in America, bro. That's a tough thing to follow. It's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. It's gonna always be a shitty person. It's gonna always be shitty parents. And hopefully we're gonna pray for these children to make it out that situation and thrive. But at the end of the day, you cannot change what's in a person's heart, bro. I don't give a fuck if you got so many government assistance bullshit. And it's not meant to help. It's not meant to help these babies, man. It's meant to keep them in a political arm of the Democrats. It's not meant to help. It's covered up. It's like saying women's health care, but it's abortion. It's to kill babies, but it's women's health care. This is what they do when it comes to language. They flip it and dip it in order to make it look the way they want it to look. They dress a lot of shit up. I'm taking a dressing now. I want to eat my salad raw. Fuck it. I want to know what it really tastes like, man. But this is what they do. They want to make bad things palatable. You get what I'm saying? Love is love, but when a pedophile like kids, love is love. Love is love, man. Like, come on, love is love. But love is not love when it comes to that. But come on, dude. Come on. No, you can't pick and choose who you love, man. I was born gay. So then you telling me you could be born a pedophile too? No, stop dressing shit up, bro. It don't make sense. If it don't make sense, it don't make sense, man. If it don't make sense, it don't make sense. And this is what the Democrats do. They dress shit up. And I'm telling you, they're not trying to help these kids. They're not. They're trying to keep them on the Democratic slave train.
I know. I cover them. Bro, but like, there's shit parents. There's a lot of shit.
Look,
you cover them.
No,
how many videos have you done about baby mamas?
I know
how many videos have you done about baby mamas and dog shit parents?
Yeah.
If I go to your channel right now, I'll find dozens, hundreds of videos. So you want to call those? You want teachers to call those parents and be like, "Hey, feed your kids."
You're saying that I'm telling teachers to call the parents. I never said that. I said they can call parties that do this for a living to find children the resources that they need. Like teachers do this all the time. They'll see a child that may be neglected and they'll make the calls or alert people to, intervene. Right. But I mean, I feel like we're pushing it far out to like specifics of it, bro. At the end of the day, my point of view on it is that it's, abortion is a far larger problem than starving children. Children don't starve in America. They may be hungry, but they don't starve. This isn't fucking people. It's not a famine going on. People are not dying because they're
not dying, but
like hypertension, obesity. There's much more obese kids than there are hungry kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the world's not perfect, dog. It's not utopia, bro. So it's like I get, and then I'm a capitalist, dog. I'm not in support of the government coming out taking care of everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to oppose it like Charlie
but
did.
You want the government to get involved and stop abortions.
I never said I don't give a fuck about what anybody does with abortion. I'm.
Did you say it's a bigger problem?
Yeah, I said it's a bigger problem, but I didn't give a solution to it. I know it's a problem.
I would like to tell Abba that not everything is fixed by the government, bro. You can't depend on the government to fix everything. Okay, the people are governed. So basically, the people is the ones who pick the government. Like they go off of us, bro. You can't change what's in people's heart, like I said, man. And I think that's what the lefty lunatic mind goes all the time. They want to fix everything by government. They want to create a world full of utopia, but it's not going to happen, bro. It's never going to happen. And there's evil in this world, bro. And I think that they are turning more evil than not. Right? They're turning more evil. It's becoming okay to make fun of somebody dying, bro, in front of their kids, in front of their wife. Although all he wanted to do was have a conversation. And this bothered me a lot, man. A lot of people think that just because you black, you didn't grow up like him, he didn't fully understand the black struggle or fully understand women's struggle, all this other shit, that he's evil. I don't think he's evil at all, bro. I think he had a different perception of things, and he allowed debate. So if he was wrong, you were able to say it in his face. I think that's the most boldest thing you could do, because most people don't like people. I ain't gonna lie. Most people do not like people, man. So they're not gonna get in your face and try to let you challenge them. A lot of people won't do that. They just live in an echo chamber, fuck with people that they fuck with, and that's it. They ain't never open to change their mind. Some people die the same way that they came in, bro. You know, say, like, as far as mentality, right? The mentality did not change. They're gonna die the same exact way. I grew up in this area. We thought like this, and that's how I'm gonna die. He is open for conversation, which means he was open to change his mind. Right? He might have not changed his mind about everything, but he also might have changed his mind about a lot of things. But my thing is, you give people time to grow. If you didn't like something, at least the conversation was there. So maybe in the future he could see what you were saying, maybe. But you don't just take a dude's life, man. And I don't think that's cool on any side. I don't think that even if you didn't like him, now is not the time to be talking about what you didn't like about the kid, guy. You know what I'm saying? Now is not the time to be talking about, oh, he was this, he was that, he was a fascist, he was it. Now's not the time, bro, because then you are minimalizing what happened to him. You are demonizing him while he's not here to defend himself. And I think that's a coward move, man. Very cowardice move from Abba. And I truly don't like him, bro. I think that I think he's messy. Let's put it like that. I just think that he's a very messy person. And he gets in people's business. He's messy. He takes pride in being messy. And that's the internet of the day, man. Most people like that shit. I don't like it because I think it's not manly. I don't care about your personal life. But if you say something on the internet, yeah, I might react to it, but I'm not gonna be sitting here. What is Abba doing? Like, who does he mess with? What does his girl say about him? I'm gonna hit up his girl to see if I can get some information. I'm not like that, bro. Like, who does that in real life? Like, who does that and laugh with the internet? Like, that's some weird shit to me. That's just weird. I didn't come from that. And I was raised by a single mother, dog. Like, my mom didn't mess with nothing like that. So when I see him react, it's kind of weird. And you could tell that he's very very emotional. And what Charlie Kirk has said are the clips that got to him made him feel a certain way about him, not attacking the message, but attacking the messenger. Oh, he thought this way. Oh, he's this way. He must be this way. He must be a terrible person. But listen to his argument. Why does he feel this way? Right? You talking about the why, right? Why did he get murdered? Okay, fuck the murder. Why does he think the way he think? And that's why I got with it. Okay, so why does he think that way? Same thing with Nick Fuentes. They would call him racist and things like that. But in my brain, I want to know why Nick Fuentes think this way. And most of the things are justified. Like as far as not wanting to have, you know, sex with black folks or whatever the hell. That's just his preference, right? Just like Dr. Umar, shit. He tripping about black folks dating white women or any type of race. It's like, you got a little speck of black in you. That's 3 lashes, my nigga. Do you know that's 3 lashes? Like, it's different. Like, it's different. But all I'm saying is that when it comes from a white person, people take it a little. It's not that palatable. It's easier to say that he's racist. But when we do it, it's okay. But when they do it, it's not okay. My thing is the common ground is our fellow American was taken away from his family. I don't think that anybody should take it. Should not be a joke on any side. It should not be a joke because anything it can easily go the wrong way on the opposite side. And I wouldn't praise it either. I just think that people should protect themselves and stop thinking that crazy people are not crazy, right? Because it's always a crazier person out here that's crazier than you. All right. And you can't just go out and I didn't have this before Charlie Kirk was taken away from his family, but I believe that you can't just go out speaking to people thinking that nothing bad can happen to you. And I think that's kind of the benefit of being raised in the hood and seeing death so present. It's like, damn, dude, your friend's dying. Like, you can't just go out and just think people on the same time as you on. You know what I'm saying? It probably would have saved his life. But the innocence in a person made it, you know, let his guard down, and he had faith in humanity. But that's it for today, man. Please tune in again. I'm gonna do a video tomorrow too, live. I'm tired of editing videos and putting them out, man. But if you were listening for this long, man, I appreciate you, man. Truck driver, I fuck with you. Wally, I fuck with you, man. I appreciate you guys for tapping in and seeing what see what I'm doing, see what I got going on, man. Chris, I rock with you. Again, man, thank you, man. South Central, we out.